Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Today on the program, from Chief Presidential Counsel to Spokesman.
Temporarily, he should fit the job.
A cabinet reshuffle as the 2019 election approaches.
Kung saan po ako mas makakatulong sa ating kapwa Pilipino. Kaya ako sinubukan po itong aking pagkandidatura.
Also, is the judge on Senator Antonio Trillanes' case being pressured?
Ang hinihiling namin kay Judge, bigyan ng pagkakataon si Senator Trillanes, ngayong wala ng urgency, no?
And how will the President choose his next Chief Justice? Presidential Spokesperson Sal Panelo joins us live. And later, love wins even for penguins. That's for today's In Focus. Thank you for joining us. Sitting in for Pinky Webb, I'm Cherry Mercado. The race to the 2019 senatorial elections heats up, and more names, some familiar and others new, are now willing to battle it out to win a Senate seat. And from presidential spokesperson to a senatorial aspirant, shifting gears as he now wishes to pursue a seat at the House of Representatives. What really happened to Harry Roque? Also, is the judge being pressured to decide on Senator Antonio Trillanes' case? And how will the President choose his next Chief Justice? Let's go straight to the source of the story. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo. Good morning.
Good morning, Cherry.
Panelo. So, how are you now?
I'm okay. I'm okay, as always.
As a more active role as a spokesperson.
It's the same. It's just, I've been doing that ever since, even during the campaign.
Sabi mo nga, that's what you signed up for. You were really spokesperson.
Yes.
And then what happened? How come it was delegated to Attorney
No, I think
Roque?
nobody knew about it. Even I didn't know until I saw the executive order.
That he was the one who was presidential spokesperson.
No, I mean, I said the executive order, kasi itong position ng Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, nag-evolve eh.
Right.
Dati assistant, parang USEC lang eh. And then, in the time of President Cory, inamen niya yung executive order, ginawa niyang secretary level, cabinet member level.
Okay.
And then, nakita ko yung isang provision doon. Siya rin ang spokesperson ng presidente. This was the time of Teddy Boy Locsin.
Right.
When he was the Chief Presidential
okay.
Legal Counsel at the same time
Cory.
spokesperson.
Okay, so now you're taking on the two full roles. But what really what happened? We were interested with what happened to Secretary Roque. In the first place, was he ever part of the administration's consideration for senators?
I think so. I think ever since the impression was that he was part.
So anong nangyari? Bakit nagbago ba yung isip ng Pangulo na hindi na siya isama sa senatorial slate?
Mukha namang hindi eh. Parang siya yata naging problema yata kay Sec Harry. Naging ambivalent siya. Di mo malaman kung tatakbo o hindi. Tapos nag-file siya ng leave. So there was a vacuum. So the president had to fill that up.
Kasi parang lumabas nga medyo nagtampo, or yun yung naging impression na medyo may tampo si Secretary Roque dahil hindi daw niya nalalaman yung schedule ng Pangulo. And as spokesperson, nung sinabi niya na about the health, no, when he went to Cardinal Santos Hospital.
Sabi nga ni Presidente, hindi naman lang kailangan sabihin sa'yo lahat.
Oo.
Saka hindi naman siya nagtampo eh. Sinabi niya sa news briefing namin kahapon.
Na hindi naman siya nagtampo. But did the President, nagtampo ba siya kay Secretary Roque?
Mukhang hindi na. There was no sign na nagtampo siya.
Nung sinabi kasi ni Presidente na sabi ni Presidente parang yung nalito siya, no, whether Harry was running or not, what the intention was, no?
Magkakaroon ng vacuum kasi nag-leave pa siya at the same time. Kaya siguro pinila pa niya lang.
And ano yung nangyari doon sa last talk? Sabi ni Secretary Roque kahapon, nag-usap daw sila ng Pangulo. And he took his advice na Congress na lang.
Siguro nga kasi yung survey parang malayo siya eh. Baka hindi abutin pagdating ng eleksyon. And I think that's practical. And Secretary Roque, when I was talking to him, he really wants to be a senator or a member of Congress again.
And he said nga he was clear about that since he
gusto niya naman
entered.
from the very start.
At this point, let's just listen to what Secretary Roque said yesterday in the briefing where you were also there.
When I made the decision to go back and seek my own elective mandate,
So-
it's time to be my own person again. I'm now back to the old person that I was. I knew that as a spokesperson, I had no personal views. That period has ended. No? I'm able now to freely advocate for the many issues that are close to my heart.
So anong reaction mo doon? He's gonna be his own person now. As a presidential spokesperson, parang you don't have your own personality.
I don't know, kasi ako, as a spokesperson, ganun pa rin ako, hindi mo ako nagbago.
So what do you think of what he said na? Kasi he also became a little bit more vocal. Sabi nga niya, nahirapan siya ipagtanggol yung kiss ni Pangulo sa Korea.
Depende kasi, yun ang kanyang personality. Sa akin, ang tingin ko doon sa kiss, wala. Sabi nga ng asawa ko, halik ng lolo.
Yeah, you had a, yeah, you did say that when you were interviewed
Kanina nga,
before.
I was talking with Dr. Panelo eh. Kasi hindi ba, Pilinas na naman kanina eh. Sabi nga, look at their faces. Ni walang nothing romantic, nothing passionate. Ano lang, parang nakakatawa nga, nagtotoo.
So now that you're the spokesperson, how do you think you'll embody yourself? Is it gonna be, kailan papasok yung sarili mong thoughts? And kailan papasok yung talagang, I'm just here to speak about, to be kung ano yung sinasabi ng Pangulo?
Let me quote Tony Lopez about me and the president. Sabi niya, these two have mind melt. And the reason why the president chose me for the first time, di ba akong unang cabinet member niya, when he was asked, bakit si Sal Panelo ang spokesman mo? I will quote him, exact words. Sal expresses my thoughts in the manner I want it. And the First Lady, Anelet, nag-text sa akin nung last week yata about, nabasa niya yung mga statements ko. Sabi niya, you always read the thoughts and the ideas of the president accurately. Kasi we've been friends for 30 years, so I know the man.
So hindi ka na mahihirapan na sabihin.
Hindi kasi nagmamind melt nga kami. We believe in the same ideology. We're both lawyers. We were both activists. Para kami, we're outraged by any violation of law. Ganoon, pareho galing.
How would you rate Secretary Roque as a spokesperson?
Oh, I think he served well, the president.
And punta naman tayo sa kay SAP Bongo.
Oh, yes.
Presidential
I
Special
think he
Assistant
will
to
win.
the President. Sorry?
Overwhelmingly. I think he will win overwhelmingly.
Especially the President going
Yes.
there. Anong ibig sabihin nun?
Kasi, di ba, if you notice yung mga sumasama sa mga kandidato, yung mga close sa kanila. Either wife or husband. Eh, si Bong, wala namang, layo ng Davao eh. Kaya siguro hindi niya may sabi yung asawa niya. And the president is close to him. And vice versa. So, tama lang na sinamahan siya.
Ang lakas ng kasama niya no?
Yeah.
Sa filing ng kanyang candidacy. Of course, may mga nag-react na parang, ngayon pa lang, pinaalis daw yung media, dapat daw 4 lang ang kasama, and sila
Hindi naman.
marami.
Kasi security, kasi presidente naman, presidente, di ba? Yung mga yung PSG, hindi mo maano yun eh. Siyempre security ng presidente.
Pero mawawalan si presidente ng isang special assistant. What is...
I'm sure meron, di ba meron na yatang kapalit, yung isang lady lawyer.
Sino po ang kapalit?
I forgot the name, but there is already one. Nabasa ko na sa internet.
Si Pangulo of course, he was the one who chose.
Kaibigan yata
from
ni
Davao.
Presidente, o kilala niya, personal.
What about yung kahapon, yung biniro-roll natin ngayon, pinapakita natin sa COMELEC kahapon, no? What is your reaction dun sa nagsasabing using the government's resources?
No, I don't think. Bongo has so many supporters. Also supporters of the president who helped him during the presidential campaign. They would be doing the same for Bong.
Bakit ang gusto ni Presidente sa Senado, si Bongo? Bakit hindi sa
He
Davao?
explained it.
Bakit
Sabi
hindi
niya, I do not want to miss the opportunity for this man. There is an opening for him to reach higher heights or level, stature. Pagbigyan ko, sayang naman.
Why the Senate?
Siguro, meron siyang mga iniisip na mga bills to help
He needs
the
help.
citizenry.
Okay. And, what about sino-sino pang mga pwedeng pumasok sa gabinete? Now, kasi may reshuffle, may mga
Hindi ko
nag-aalisan.
alam. Si Presidente kasi keeps his nominees to himself. Ganun siya eh. You can never know that until he announces it himself.
Si Bato de la Rosa, General Bato,
Running for the
is
Senate,
running,
diba?
di ba?
Yeah.
For the Senate. So ang sabi ni Presidente, si Faldon daw ang kanyang ipapalit.
Oh, may na-announce na yata.
Oo, pero according to Faldon naman, hindi pa raw sila nag-uusap ng Pangulo. How does this go? Do we wait in the meantime? There's a vacuum? How does that go?
Hindi pa naman. Meron namang OIC. Di ba? Palagi naman may OIC sa ahensya ng gobyerno.
Reports are saying that Davao City lawyer Charmalu Aldevera,
Yeah, that's the one.
she's the one,
That's
is
the
being
one.
eyed to replace Bongo.
That,
Do you know
a
her?
lawyer yata siya, no? I don't know if I met her. The name is not familiar, but baka the face.
Ano ang mga batayan ng Pangulo for choosing
Eh,
that?
syempre, confidence. Trust and confidence.
Sigurado na ba?
I think so.
Oo. At pag ganon, kailan ang
Yan ang si
effectivity?
Presidente yan.
Oo.
It's the President who will announce.
Pag nag-file na sila ng candidacy, like for example,
Automatic yan.
Bongo, so hindi na siya special assistant to the
Automatic.
president.
Resign ka from the
Oo,
employment.
hindi na SAP ang tawag natin sa kanya. Former SAP. Bongo na, ganun ba yun? Okay, this is the source on CNN Philippines, and still to come is the judge handling Senator Antonio Trillanes' case being pressured. Presidential spokesman Sal Panelo will still be with us after the break. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines, and our guest today, Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo. So ito na nga, no, na-mention na natin yung name mo ng pwedeng papalit kay Sap Bongo, who is Attorney Charmalu Aldevera. Ang title niya, Sap din.
Oh, yeah,
Special Assistant to the President.
President.
Oh, okay. And then this case of Senator Trillanes, anytime now inaasahan yung desisyon, and there are talks and there are insinuations na napipressure daw, pinipressure itong si Judge Soriano.
Apparently, because I hear from the news that he's been receiving flowers. Sa akin, ang dating ng flowers, hindi well-wishing. Kung hindi, baka death-wishing.
And may kaakibat na penalty yung ganito?
Which one?
Yung ganitong klase. Kasi parang nabanggit ni DOJ Secretary Guevara kahapon na may kaparusahan itong ganitong klase ng aksyon. Pag nagbigay ka ng
Kasi
bulaklak, may ibig
parang
sabihin.
i-intimidate mo eh. But the problem is, hindi mo alam kung saan kanino galing. I don't think the flower shop will tell you. Hindi matatakot din yung mga yan.
And of course, the other camp is saying your camp is the one who is pressuring the judge.
Oh, out of character for this government. We do not, as a matter of policy, interfere with the function of any branch of government.
How confident are you from 1 to 10 that Judge Soriano will come out with a warrant?
12. No, because, the issue is very clear. Was he given amnesty or not? Did he follow the conditions imposed by it? The documents show that hindi. There are no documents to speak of. So, paano niya, how can he prove that? Kasi very clear yung batas eh. You have to submit a form under oath, and then you will have to attach a narrative of your participation and the circumstances surrounding yung participation mo sa rebellion or sa coup d'etat. Wala yun eh.
There's also a possibility, if ever the judge does not issue a warrant, what is the next step? Anong pwedeng gawin ngayon ng DOJ?
Or they can always ask for a motion, for a reconsideration of that order.
Pwede pa ba? There's
Yeah, of course.
another step
Yeah.
for a reconsideration
Yes, MR.
until it happens. And this is, of course, non-bailable.
Yes.
No? So, is that the future you're seeing? You're seeing Trillanes behind bars?
It would appear so. As I said earlier on in this program, Mr. Trillanes has to face the music and dance either to freedom or back to jail.
And it's concurrent. You're still the
Yes.
legal
Chief
advisor.
Presidential Legal Counsel.
No? Magtatayo ba ng press secretary
Hindi pa,
office?
yung Office of the Press Secretary, it will have to be created by an executive order. Wala pa nun. I think it's just being drafted.
Being drafted na. Pero sinong gagawin ngayon? At first, it was offered to Harry Roque. Are you going to be press secretary?
Naki-presidente yun.
But what are the indications? Are you going to be willing to take it If you're...
Depende, wala pa kasi. There's nothing to decide on.
Does it seem like something urgent in his, in his mind, in the President's mind, to create a press office, press secretary?
Hindi, ang key presidente, kailangan may continuity. That's precisely why he designated me kaagad nung nagkaroon ng vacuum.
And speaking of an EO, itong train 2, yung sa excise tax,
Yes.
no? I-announce daw ng Presidente anytime now. Is that something that we can expect?
I talked with Executive Secretary Minaldea. I don't know if he sent already the memorandum to Secretary Sani. Ang sinasabi, kasi the law is very clear. Before you can suspend, there are conditions to be complied with. So, kailangan compliant ka.
Yung mga $80 per barrel,
Yes.
average 3
Otherwise,
months.
you cannot do that.
And mukhang doon naman papunta, no?
Mukha nga.
Yun yung sinasabi.
So, most likely baka doon na rin.
Pero uunahan kaya ni Presidente yung announcement before January 2019?
Hindi natin alam. Basta, pag nandun na yung conditions, immediately, kung mga gawin nyo na. Basta sundin yung batas.
What are on top of President Duterte's mind right now? Ano yung pinaka-concern niya? Ano yung pinaka-frustration niya? Ano yung...
Well,
after
he's
being in
still,
office for 2 years.
the man is
parang-
still obsessed with eradicating the drug menace in this country as well as to stop corruption. Tsaka yung maayos niya yung problema ng rebellion. Yung tatlong yun.
So yung economy, pinapaubayan niya sa economic managers, no? And the other things. I
Mukhang
think talagang...
namang okay. If you look at the prices in the market, mukhang nagbabagsakan na uli ang presyo.
Mukha, wala namang nangangamba sa gabinete. Mukhang is he confident? Does he have the trust and confidence?
Oh, definitely. Let me just say something about the prices. I think that we should listen to the president, the critics, and the detractors na talagang kaya ito nangyari because of the increase in oil price. Doon talaga tayo tinamaan. And that's worldwide.
Kaya kailangan maghanap na tayo ng sariling langis. Kaya may China.
Yeah.
Yun ang ano. Okay, when it comes to the next Chief Justice, so si Justice Antonio Carpio has already accepted the
Yes.
nomination. What is the mindset of the President? Do you think that he's going to follow the seniority rule?
Ang sinabi niya, palaging on the merits, kung anong tingin niya.
Any
O kung
indication?
all things being equal, siguro seniority. Pero pag hindi equal, merito.
Okay. And now, this morning, Mar Rojas just filed his
Yes.
certificate of
Yes.
candidacy. Your reaction to that, the government's reaction
Well,
to that?
every citizen of this country has a right to run for public office and to participate in the working democracy. And we welcome his participation.
Okay. May mga daw kasi, people are curious about the new SAP, the incoming Special Assistant to the President.
Bakit?
No? Itong, kasi kapalit ni, ni Bongo, who was very visual. Lagi natin nakikita and nagkaroon siya ng sarili niyang identity, no? As SAP. Maraming hindi nakakarinig, including, I think, you also, about Aldevera. Attorney Aldevera.
Yung pangalan niya lang. Kasi somebody told me, palagi mo nakikita yun, kasama natin
okay.
yun. Hindi mo lang,
Sa
hindi
tingin-
lang siya visible.
Oo. With the way the President thinks, what do you think are the qualifications? Itong,
Sa SAP,
Oo.
trust and confidence palagi. That person has to have completely the trust and confidence of the president. Kasi sensitive yung posisyon niya. Tsaka abogado siya. May advantage na siya dati.
more sensitive than your position.
I think so. Kasi mas nandun siya sa periphery. Hindi lang periphery, nandun talaga siya. Ang lapit niya.
Katabi talaga
Katabi
lagi.
siya, palagi
May
siya
mga
kasama.
alam si SAP, for example, former SAP Bongo, na hindi mo alam.
Yeah. Meron din akong alam na hindi niya alam.
Okay, thank you very much, Presidential Spokesperson Sal Panelo.
Thank
Anything
you.
else? Anything that you want to share with us? Any scoop? Anything new that you want to let us know about?
Basta the president is bent on fulfilling all the promises he made during the campaign.
Okay, and his health?
His health nga pala, many people have been doubting Pero look at him. He has a panacing schedule. I cannot even imagine how he's doing all this. Di ba? Meron siyang, sabi niya, meron siyang sakit na ganito, ganyan. And yet, sa araw-araw yatang ginawa ng Diyos lumilipad, sa nag-speech, tapos may courtesy call sa Malacanang hanggang gabi.
It actually is a very punishing schedule.
In other words, look at the man, how he does his usual every day, and you will see a robust, healthy man.
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank
Attorney
you.
Panelo.
Always a pleasure.
This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Still to come, love is love, even in the animal kingdom. That's for today's In Focus. And before we go, Attorney Panelo, baka meron tayong clarification on the
Yes,
special assistant to the president?
the lady lawyer that was mentioned earlier as the successor of Bongo, the president has not yet made any decision on who will replace Christopher Bongo as special assistant to the president.
Is the
There are
la-
names, maybe she's one of those being considered, but there is no definite announcement
So no final
Who?
decision yet.
in particular.
Okay, thank you very much for clarifying that.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Cherry Mercado, and you're still watching CNN Philippines.